Hey guys, this is Ashley with Trendy Tree and Kasy with
Casey.
KasyLee.co. She's going to be making a fall-ish grapevine wreath for us today. She's not 100% sure what she's doing yet, so we're just going to let her work with it and get her feel for it as she goes. I know we did a grapevine yesterday that was super fall with pumpkins and stuff. So this will be a little bit different look today. I'm going to add the links to the products in the comments, and I'll go back when she's done and put a kit together for this one. So I'm just going to kind of give it to her and let her do her thing, and then I will hop back on and give y'all some updates about sales and the next lives and all that stuff at the end. So we're going to let Kasy do her thing now.
So I started this wreath because I wanted to prep beforehand. So I used some of my own greenery around this wreath. And then there were areas of the grapevine that were just a little too open. So I used some wire and I just tied them around and squeezed it nice and hard. So those are the steps I did. And I just used glue on all of these pieces. So I was debating on doing a skull, like pretty scary wreath. If you follow me, you've seen those before. But this time, I think I'm going to just do a fall wreath. I have lots of like really good pumpkins that Ashley had sent, and some floral. And I'll be using a few probably hydrangeas of my own in this one as well. But I'm just going to start by placing the bigger flowers first. And in this is one, actually this is like the peony and then the thistle. So I'll be starting with that first. And it came in this bundle and it's a lot of them. And this one I really like. So
it was a big bundle.
Yeah, it is.
Had a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah, I like it.
It's very similar to the creamy white bundle that we had for spring and summer, except this one it's got that thistle in there and it's the deeper fall colors. Just really pretty.
Yes. So you guys can't see it, but I do have a glue pot, or you can use a glue gun. And then I just dip the stem. So I'm going to start by doing like bundles of flowers, and I have 3. So I'll do 1, 2, and 3. And I kind of try to make them the same amount apart. So I'm going to start with these peonies. The wreath you guys made yesterday, that was blues.
It was.
I love using blue too. That's so fun.
It was just different shades, smoky blues and navies. I love blue's one of my favorite colors. So
mine too. I like to use in fall. I like to use like a deep orange and blue together.
Yes. Well, Rachel came in. I had blues, and then she came in and she looked at it and she was like, "I like it." She said, "But I think I want to add some orange to it." And I was like, I don't know about orange with this. And I found a navy with some orange leaves on it. And I was like, okay. So she used it. And I was like, yeah, you weren't wrong about the orange.
Yeah. Like that. All right. So I've been just like debating on what to do with this.
I love to put y'all on the spot.
Yes. No, I like it. I actually enjoy it a lot, but I have like so many ideas that it's just, I go bonkers before I make it. Like, okay, maybe I'll do this. Oh, maybe I'll do this. Okay. So with these pumpkins, I just grabbed some, like a stem from the garbage actually, and I just cut it and I glued it into the foam. And that's how I put that into the wreath. I've got some these pumpkins. They have bigger and smaller sizes, so we'll see if I'm going to use them all. And my glue pot is nice and hot today, so I'm going to have to be careful so I don't say any bad words on this live.
No bad words. They'll boot us off Facebook.
Oh my gosh, that's when like That's the only time that I usually say a bad word is when I'm in pain because of hot glue.
That hot glue.
Oh my. And I get it all the time.
Rachel had to use an old glue pot that we found, that Rhonda found out in the side shed yesterday. For the first 5 minutes that it was on, I don't know what was on it, but it smelled like the whole building was on fire. I was like, are you sure that wasn't out there because it's broken or something? She was like, no, I think there was just something in it. Good.
If it's like old glue or plastic or something gets in it,
it smelled awful.
This summer, I had a fly go in it.
Ugh.
That was disgusting.
Well, here it'd be mosquitoes.
Yes. Oh, we didn't have mosquitoes that bad this year.
Well, shut your mouth because they're all here. That's why.
Good.
I mean, some days we have to put bug spray on in the warehouse because the mosquitoes are in here. That's ridiculous.
It's because you guys are going in and out.
It is. So that's the bush that I'm sold out of.
Oh, okay. This one I love.
Is it not gorgeous?
It is. It's good.
That is why I'm sold out of it. But
all right. And then this here pushes up, which I love when they do that.
I didn't know that was a thing. Somebody asked me that one time when I first started working here. They were like, do the stems slide up and down? I was like, I don't, do you want them to? If you want them to, sure they do. If you don't want them to, then they don't. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's kind of important because like
it is.
So if you see it and you push it up, you can make them longer and all together. So
yeah.
I
didn't. Miss Jeannie had to come and show me what they were talking about. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Gotcha.
Yeah. So how was your
Justin Green? Justin's going to do a live for us on Monday. His is going to be Christmas. We're kind of mixing the fall and Christmas, mixing fall and Christmas in there together.
Yeah. And I've been making Christmas since like June.
Christmas is a big money maker for wreath makers. My guess is that's probably when you sell the bulk of your wreaths.
So, to be honest, the time I sell the bulk of my wreaths is during Mother's Day and fall. Fall is my biggest. I just realized I put that in the wrong spot. Fall is my biggest seller. So,
well, I guess it lasts longer.
Yeah, I think so. And I think because Christmas, unless people prepare ahead of time, but I think people are in a rush.
True.
And then they're like, oh, I don't know. Like, then they just buy cheap or something. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm super ahead of the game. I walked out on my front porch the other day and my Christmas door hanger is up already.
Wait,
apparently from last year.
I was going to say, it's probably been there all year. I see
it's been there all year. It's definitely going to need a new bow. We don't go out there much. There's a lot of greenery. I love it out there, but when the mosquitoes are bad, you just can't hardly sit under there.
Oh my gosh. Like, my husband and I were just actually talking about that because we go on walks with our dog all the time since we work from home. And we're like, you know what? I think we got mosquitoes once when we went camping up in the mountains, but that's really about it. Like, usually they're so bad, we can't walk. And yeah,
we since we've got the baby and we try to keep her contained, we stay under the carport a lot with all of her toys. And we've had to get a huge fan, like a shop fan, to put out there because it kind of keeps the mosquitoes away a little bit. Yeah. But otherwise, we can't stay outside.
Here's another one I'm going to work with, the purples. I love the purple berries and the fern.
So that is the ever popular 60919 bush. It's actually 63048 because they changed for their fall colors. But if you are looking for the coveted 60919, there it is in the purple. I will put that link in there.
So this one I'm going to take apart as well because they all come in their own long stem, which that's so good.
I think I thought before I started working here that like you bought these and you just stuck the whole thing in there.
Oh, and you know, it works sometimes doing that, but I don't know.
But I was, you're looking at the price of stuff and I'm like, well, if you say you need 5 pieces of this, then you're was like, this ain't gonna work. And Carrie's like, you cut it into pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Totally.
Learn something new every day.
So I have 3 pumpkins, and I have, in this stem, it has 3 of the purple berries. So I'm going to use that.
If y'all hear my rattling, I'm sorry. I have an Amazon package, and I can't wait to open it. Because it's Kasy's Halloween costume.
Oh, what is she going to be?
Let me just show you. Let me make you little for a minute. Just look, she's going to be a little cow.
That is so cute.
She'll be so precious. Hey, Sandra. Hopped on just in time for the Halloween costume reveal.
Do you dress up too, Ashley?
I do. I'm the same thing every year. For my whole life growing up, my grandma, well, for years she was a gypsy, and then she made my mom a clown costume. And when she passed away and I was at her house, I found the clown costume in her closet.
Oh my gosh.
And so it's kind of like, I don't do the wig or the makeup or anything, but I just do some funky tennis shoes and the pants and the top. So I wear that, and we do trunk or treat, and my big kids make fun of me because they think I look ridiculous, but I don't care. It's Halloween.
Yeah, it's so fun. I think I'm going to add these big hydrangeas.
Those are gorgeous. Now, that's from her stash, but I think, let me look. I have got an eggplant penny bush that is going to be very similar in size. So I'm just going to post that link in if you want to add that deeper color. That's why sometimes I like to watch because I know a lot of y'all like to add your own stuff, which is great. But I like to see if we've got something similar that I can throw in.
Yeah.
Hey, Lisa, we're so happy you've got a new account. From Myrtle Beach. I wish I was at a beach. Any beach. I don't even care.
It's still pretty hot there, isn't it?
It was 93 degrees when I left work yesterday.
Oh, my goodness.
It's 80 right now at 11 o'clock in the morning in October.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually it's going to be in the 80s again this week. I'm grabbing some wire. I'm just going to use this pipe cleaner. And for some of your big flowers, I glue, but I like to poke it through as well and make sure it's extra secure.
Yes, definitely don't want it to come out on delivery day.
No. Just because they're heavier. Just want to make sure. All right. I can also do that after. That way I can just start. And then I'm going to do one more. Since I'm going with the 3 theme.
Y'all designers working odd numbers.
I've been told so many different things, like, no, use 3, no, use 4. Like, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just using what I think looks good.
Yeah, right. Rachel typically works in odds. That's just, I noticed it when we were doing Christmas trees a lot. She either wanted 5 or 7. 5 or 7. I was like, what about 6? She was like, no, I don't want 6 because then you make it look too even. Like, okay, gotcha.
Now I'm just going to fill in the areas. I really like this one. You said this is the one you're sold out of, right? The one with the peonies.
No, I have it. I have the peonies. It's the filler bush that I was sold out of.
That's right.
So if y'all follow, if you're on our email list or if you follow us on Facebook, I know we've got lots of people watching on YouTube right now. Carrie and David are out of town this week. That's our owners. And when they're out of town, I kind of get to be the boss a little bit of what goes on as far as selling stuff. And I love a sale. So if you're not on our email list, make sure you get on that because we're running a different sale every day. Today is 40% off wreath forms. Nice. So that's grapevine wreaths, that's unique in the creek boards, work forms, pencil wreaths, metal frames, anything under the work forms tab should show up on that sale. And then our free shipping is still at $79. So y'all make sure y'all go and stock up on your frames. It's a good time to do that. And then tomorrow may or may not be 40% off all mesh. We'll see.
All right. Now I'm going to incorporate, let's see.
Those just have so much texture. I think they're called dogtails, maybe.
Oh, dogtails, yep. I see these all the time on my walk, and I want to pick them, but I'm afraid I'm going to bring home lots of bugs.
Yeah. I'd probably buy fake ones. Yeah, those are dogtails, and I think they just give it a little different texture.
I like colors too.
Mm-hmm. If you order from the links, you'll see those bags of pumpkins. You're going to get several pumpkins, different sizes, different colors. I actually had 2 different bags. I posted both links. The ones I sent Kasy were more orange based. And then there's another bag that's a little more neutral, kind of creamy and sagey. So it's really pretty too.
Sometimes I think that I should probably turn it a little to make it look even.
So pretty though. I love that purple in there.
Me too. When I saw the purple berries, I've been wanting to use these purple hydrangeas, so I was like, oh, yep. It's the day. And the first leaves that I used, like you could use like lamb's ear or dusty miller.
Let's see.
I like to use like a lighter color around because there's a lot of dark doors and it just makes it
true.
I see too many as a wreath maker when I go on a walk. It drives me crazy when I see a door that's dark and you can't even see their wreath because it's all dark colors. So
they've probably spent a fortune on it.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you can't even see it from the road and you're walking. So if you're driving, you can't see it.
Correct. So I always, when somebody asks for something custom, I'm always like, hey, let me see your door. What's your door look like? Because I want them to see it.
We did have some Dusty Miller, so I went ahead and posted the link for that also.
Good. So now, do you have these in stock?
Hold on just a second. Yes. So I went ahead and added a lamb's ear too. It's a little bit bigger. And now let me find this one. So that's a freesia.
Freesia?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell you, grapevine wreath makers are fast. Way faster than these mesh people.
I might be going a little faster because I feel like I don't know how long your lives are, but I'm like,
it all depends. Max does his, and he doesn't do any prep work. He cuts everything live. he does everything live, and his usually takes about an hour.
Okay.
Then Rachel's yesterday, she did the grapevine, and hers took about 30 minutes. So
yeah. It's so interesting because people ask me, how long does it take you to make a wreath? I'm like, well, it could take this amount of time, or it could take a lot longer, but it just depends. Like, I tend to, like, especially custom orders, that they're like, you do what you want. I love that, but I tend to take more time because I like step back.
You overthink it.
Yeah, I way overthink it.
Yeah.
But it ends up looking real good because I don't like time.
I think the hardest, I don't make wreaths, but I do pick out the stuff to send to people. And I think the hardest part for me is figuring out that number one starting piece, because that's like for a mesh wreath, that's going to basically typically be your sign.
Mm-hmm.
So you find the sign and then you build around that. But sometimes it may take me an hour to figure out which sign I want to use.
Yeah.
So, like with this one, I knew I wanted to send that penny bush.
Yeah.
Like I knew the minute it came in, I was like, okay, this is going to Kasy.
Good. And that's the fun part too, is just I don't know what I'm getting, and that's even more fun. All right. This is different than probably any wreath I've made for a while.
It is different. I like it though.
Thank you. So my skull wreath I was telling you about, I know a lot, like I was telling Ashley, I know a lot of people don't like the spooky, scary type stuff for Halloween, and some people do. And I just recently started making some scarier looking wreaths, but using, like, if I were to do this, I would have used skulls instead of these big hydrangeas, or maybe instead of the pumpkins.
Yeah, I was kind of Facebook stalking you yesterday, looking for a picture to use for our email that went out last night, and I noticed they're a very feminine Halloween.
Yes.
It's got the florals in there, really pretty.
Yeah, that's what I try to make it a little bit of both, but I just want everybody to know that just because I do scary doesn't mean I'm cuckoo. A lot of people like that. A lot of people like scary.
I like scary.
Yeah, me too. And those skulls, let me show you. Hey, I made an order. I didn't realize. Turn that off. Anyways, these skulls are really fun because I just put my glue gun and melt two holes, and then I stick wire through, so they can actually be removed. So if I could add them easily to the.
Yes, you could.
Yeah. So even after this, I could add it, and then the customer can take it off for it to be a full.
That gets you a lot of use out of it.
Yes. I like to make wreaths like that have a lot of use. All right.
Or if you're like me, I get plenty of use out of mine. Just leave it up all year.
Seriously. No, actually, I had somebody say about a skull wreath, my daughter would leave that up all year round. She loves Halloween so much.
Well, or she might just forget.
Oh, that would be me. I think when customers come to pick up a wreath, local customers, they're probably thinking, oh, she's going to have the best fall wreath. And I still have my summer wreath up. Yeah.
I know. And I've got all kinds of wreaths and hangers hanging up in my office right now. You'd think I'd take one of them home and put it on my door, but nah. We'll just hang them on the wall and see what they look like. It makes a good backdrop.
Yeah. All right. There's a little bit more of this, but I know it was out of stock. Do you guys have anything similar to
Let me see.
Because I really like this one.
I know. I know what I have.
I'll have to look
So it's going to be a lotus pod bush. So it's going to have that lotus pod on it. Obviously hers did not, but it's got those fall colors and it's got a lot of greenery. I know you worked with the lotus pod once, the spring colors. Mm-hmm. So the one I just posted is the fall. So it's going to be very similar to those colors.
Yeah, and that's the reason I'm doing a full wreath is because I was thinking, okay, what have I done so far? I've done a half wreath with you guys. I've done a beaded wreath. This is my third live, right?
This is the third. Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was like, okay, I'm doing a full. I almost did a cornucopia wreath, but maybe
what's that?
A cornucopia. So I don't have it in here. I'd grab it, but it has.
So it's really a cornucopia.
It's a cornucopia, yeah.
Okay.
So, and then it has a cornucopia, and you can add a cornucopia here. So I don't put anything on the cornucopia, but inside of it, and then I decorate it around. It's really pretty for So yeah, I considered it because all these pumpkins would have been.
Well, there's still a lot of fall left. I may just send you something else and let you do a cornucopia because that sounds like something I need to watch.
Yes.
It's okay. If y'all hear me clapping like a crazy person, it's a mosquito.
Oh no. All right. So here's some of these pinks that were in with the peonies.
There was just a lot of shades, a lot of good fall shades in that. That was a big bush.
Uh-huh. Yep. So. I try to put them, so there's only two, so I try to put them opposite of each other. And I'm putting them on the inside. One side of this grapevine is wonky. After this, I'm going to have to go back and wire a few things because on this side it's just more open. And all right, so here are some thistle, which I think it's thistle, which I love.
So pretty.
Got little orange. And then sometimes they come with a little extra stuff on them, so I'm just going to cut them off.
Taylor, do we not have that mauve thistle anymore? Is it sold out? Is it listed as thistle? No. Teasel.
I was going to say, I don't think it's listed as thistle. You found it?
Uh-huh. This is listed as teasel. It's very similar to thistle. I don't know what the difference is.
It's supposed to be thistle.
Yeah, I mean, it looks a lot different than, like I have one and it's just shaped different. So let's clean up a little bit so I can see what I have here. Now I'm just working with like little pieces like this that I can add into the wreath.
It's pretty.
And now I'm realizing sometimes I like work really hard on one side and realize something's used on this side. So I'm gonna have to use a little bit more of this. So when you go live on this, is it on YouTube and Facebook, or how is that?
This is YouTube and Facebook. We don't do a lot of pre-recorded things on our YouTube anymore. So this is kind of what we use. And then Miss Jeannie will go back and download from YouTube, and then she'll do a blog.
Okay.
So we try to get as much use as we can out of every single live that we do.
And how many people work at Trendy Tree?
3 of us work here in the warehouse full time, and then we have Rachel who does weddings and fresh flowers. Carrie and David are in and out. They're the owners, but they don't really work much. It's basically me and Taylor and Rhonda. Okay. Rhonda kind of is our warehouse manager. Taylor does Pinterest and is kind of our packing manager, and then I'm kind of the office manager. We just kind of all have our own lane up here.
And you guys are becoming really busy because of the holiday season, huh?
Yes, it is picking up every day.
That's good. That is good.
Yes, this is our favorite time of year. The glass ornaments, we sell collectible ornaments too.
Yeah.
Not everybody knows that. That's actually where Miss Jeannie started, was collectible ornaments. So that around November, that really picks up. We'll ship a couple hundred of those a day.
My grandmother collected ornaments like that.
They're beautiful. I like to pack them for the first couple of days to get to look at all of them, and then I'm over that. That is my least favorite thing to pack. I get done with it real quick.
Well, it's scary too because it's glass.
It's glass.
About the way you pack it.
And on top of being glass, it's hand blown glass, so it's thin glass. Mm-hmm. So you have to use bubble wrap. You have to use packing peanuts. The boxes are little. Everything has to go in just right for it to fit. It's not. Taylor likes to pack them.
It's my favorite thing.
It's her favorite thing to pack.
That's good. What's your least favorite thing to pack?
What's your least? Mine? Taylor, what's your least favorite thing to pack? Anything that doesn't fit in a box. Long stuff.
Those over the door hangers are like 60 inches.
The over the table rods. Yeah. That's something new that we have. And Taylor is getting married in a couple of months to Carrie's son. And so we ordered a bunch of stuff at Market for their wedding, and we ordered these over-the-door rods so Rachel could do florals over the top of the tables. And we ordered some extras, and they're on the website, and they're
literally like 55.
They're 55 inches long. Well, we don't have a box that big, so every time somebody buys one, we have to build a box for it, and they never order it by itself. It's with like glass ornaments or something.
Oh yeah. No. So how do you do that? Do you guys do separate?
We just very carefully pack it, wrap everything, cut the box to where it fits perfect so nothing moves. It's just a headache.
Yeah. Getting closer. I'm trying to use everything.
She's a full one, that's for sure.
Yeah, this one's going to be really pretty on the door.
Mm-hmm. You have the best backdrop to work with because your florals are so in order back there.
I debated on showing that other side because I think in our lives I've always been this way, but yeah, this side's really pretty.
I like to see the flowers in the background.
Me too. I think they say that like seeing flowers, even if it's not real flowers, it brings like joy.
Okay.
So I don't know. Like I like to sit in here even when I'm not working sometimes.
And just look at your flower wall.
Because the colors and
it's so organized.
I try.
Taylor, have you ever seen her flower wall? Okay, well, it's organized by color and everything has a place and it just gives you peace to look at it. You can see it. Come look at it. Make her get up and come over here. See, it's so organized and just pretty. And she can just look and see what she has. Not us. It's in a brown box out there. for it.
It definitely helps me to be more creative.
Yes.
So I prepped everything for this one, but like when I'm making a wreath, I literally will just like look. Okay, I'm gonna go grab that. So it brings.
Yeah. I kind of wish sometimes when I'm trying to pick stuff out, it was like that here, because it's not. I have to get on the website and see what it is and find the number and then go out there and find it in the box. Then I end up with 30 things in here.
Isn't it like people don't realize all the steps that we do behind the scenes, like to get a small business running.
It is. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Almost finished.
And there's just, even if you have, like, there's always something to do. You can always do something with your social media. You can always do, there's always some form of communication that you need to be doing with your people.
Yep. Responding back to people that they've got.
Yes, the emails.
I'm still working with that peony bush. There's still stuff.
There was so much in that.
Yeah.
And it's even if you're not creative with putting things together, that's one of those bushes that if you've got a cute little vase, it's stick it in there. It's done.
Yep. And they have the wire that like moves around, so it doesn't have to be in one clump. Like that's what I tell my customers sometimes. Like most of my stuff is all the, it's made with that wire. So if it's a little squished, you can kind of
stretch it back out.
Yep. Do you see the most people on your lives in the evening? I know I'm not an evening person for you.
Yes. Well, evenings are hard when you have kids. Yeah, we've pushed them back. We've started doing them a little later, around 7:30 or so, and we're having more people on watching then. So, and I just can't. I mean, we've got designers that would go much later than that, but I'm old and I have to sleep. So that's about as late as I'm going to go. 7:30 or 8.
You're not old. You're just a mom, hardworking mom.
I am a mom, and no matter what happens, the next morning that baby's getting up at 4:30 or 5. So
Yep.
Doesn't matter what time mom gets in bed.
They have a mind of their own. My son gets up at 4 with me. Like sometimes I'm like, go back to bed. He's always been an early riser.
My kids are early to bed. Even my teenagers still go to bed early, wake up early.
Yep. That's good. I feel like it's a good habit to have.
I think so. Because I was not like that when I was younger. I stayed up late and I like to sleep late. And as an adult, that's a hard habit to break.
Yeah.
And I can still sometimes, right now we're in cross country season, so we never get to sleep late on Saturdays. But when we're not in an athletic season, then my husband will get up and take the baby down, and I can still sleep late. He cannot.
No, I can't either. I'm like, okay, I'm going to sleep in tomorrow, and I still do not sleep in. Right. I have a few more of these that I'm going to use on the inside.
So I guess there's supposed to be, is it everybody that's having an emergency broadcast thing today?
Oh, is that today? Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I didn't know if it was everybody or if it was just here.
Yeah, I saw that.
I keep trying to pay attention because it scares me to death when my phone makes that sound.
Yep. Me too. All right. So the only things that I did not use out of what you sent me are these 2 pumpkins.
2 pumpkins.
Yeah, and really, I could add more to the center, but I'll just add it to another wreath. Yeah. I think it looks good as is.
That's so pretty. It turned out perfectly.
Looks really good. Thank you for sending that. I really love it.
You're so welcome. And now I need to send you some stuff for this cornucopia.
Yes, yes. You could add a bow here too. That would be really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the cornucopia, you know, it would be good for cornucopia is if you have like other type of.
I've got more pumpkins.
Gourds, pumpkins,
okay.
And like any type of like greenery. But you're good at whatever you've sent me. I've really, really liked it. So this one. Oh, always when I start a wreath, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like it, but every time I finish a wreath,
then you finish and you're like, oh, I like it.
I love it. Yes, and I think I'll probably add some more of this around in the back where I see need.
Yeah.
But other than that,
very pretty.
Yeah.
All right, girl. Well, we are going to pack some boxes and get some stuff shipped so we can run another sale tomorrow. I will send you another box. I'll send you some pictures and stuff whenever you get your pictures made. If you'll send me a picture of that one, I will get a kit put together for that because I think I've got some stuff to use. Cool. So, all right, guys, y'all have a great day.
Thanks, Ashley.
Bye.
Bye.